أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Welcome everybody to today's class. Jazakumullah for everybody for arriving on time or early. I hope that all of you are appropriately, have your heads covered, you are in wudu, and you are sitting in a quiet place so that you can concentrate on today's class. There have been a lot of announcements recently about your ID. Please make sure you have the correct ID. If you do not, you will not be called to the mic and you may find yourself back in the waiting room. It is very important that you have the correct ID for the lesson. Okay, so let's move on. Today, inshallah, in today's class, we will be looking at a new rule in focus, which is Hamza on Waw and Hamza on Ya, which we will go on to in a moment. Again, we will be having our practice text, where you need to be mindful of all the previous rules learnt. We'll have our letter of the day, which will be a revision of the Qalqala letters, which you've already looked at. And also, again, we will continue with our practice text. Please make sure that you are very, very careful with all the rules you have previously learnt. Please make sure you are memorizing letters, rules that you need to memorize, because that helps in your recitation. Okay, so we'll begin with today's opening dua. If we could have our first student, please.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam.
Our first student is G2228.
2228. Assalamu alaikum, G2228.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. How are you today?
Alhamdulillah. How are you?
Alhamdulillah, I'm very well. Jazakumullah for asking. So if you start with Dawood and Tasmiyah and then the prayer of the day.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ربي زد لي علمي.
Very good effort. Once more.
ربي زدني علمي.
Okay, just follow me once. This is a single kasra, so we're only going to say that for 1 second. Okay, Rabbi zidni
زدني
ilma.
علما.
Very good. We're going to say it all together. Rabbi zidni ilma.
ربي زدني علما.
Very good. Make sure you don't elongate this here. Okay, Rabbi, short. 1 second. Once more.
ربي زد لي علمي.
علما. Very good. Just be careful when you're practicing that you keep this to the 1 second. Rabbi zidni ilma.
ربي زد لي علما.
Much better. This is 2 seconds because this is a ya mad. That is, and it's got a sukoon on the top. Previous letter has a kasra underneath. That's why we are elongating here. We're making that sound longer. Okay, and the translation, please.
Oh my Lord, increase my knowledge.
Excellent, very good. Oh my Lord, increase me in knowledge. That's from Surah Taha. Well done. Jazakumullah, thank you so much for your help and participation. Okay, so we are going to go on to our rule of the day. Okay, so let me just quickly move to our rule of the day. Yeah. Okay. So our rule in focus today is Hamza on Waw. Hamza on Waw. Okay. Now this is something which comes up a lot in the Holy Quran, and it's something that a lot of adults even get very confused with. Okay, so we're going to go over it in detail today. Please pay attention. Look at what I am saying and try to remember what I'm saying, so that when you are reading by yourself, you remember the rule as well. Okay. So sometimes Hamza mutaharik, Hamza with a stroke, remember mutaharik means stroke, vowel, means vowel, appears on a waw. It has either a dhamma or a tanween. So it may look like this. You can see a waw, you can see a hamza, you can see a dhamma. Okay, or it may look like this. Again, waw with a hamza or a tanween on top. Okay, now what we need to know is how do we read this? Okay, what do we need to say? What I want you to do is think of a person sitting on a chair, as you all are now probably sitting on a chair. Okay, what will speak? The person or the chair? Answer would be, obviously, the person will speak. Okay, the person will speak. Now, what I want you to do is think of a hamza sitting on a chair or on a waw. Okay, think of a hamza sitting on a chair of a waw. What will speak? The hamza or the waw? The hamza will speak. The hamza is on top of the waw. You think of the waw as a chair. You do not say the waw, you do not pronounce the waw, you only pronounce the hamza. So, if you see a hamza sitting on the chair of a waw, like this, you can see waw, hamza, the dhamma on top, or like this, waw with the hamza with tanween. You read the hamza and you ignore the waw. You ignore the waw. So, I'm going to go through some examples. Okay, if I could have a student, please.
Yes, our next student is G2237.
2237. Assalamu alaikum, G2237. G2237. Assalamu alaikum.
Okay.
Please try to unmute your mics quickly because it takes a lot of time in the lesson if you are not unmuting your mics and we have to move on. Okay, could we move on, please, Discipline Judge?
Yes, G2112.
G2112. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. How are you today?
I'm good, alhamdulillah. How are you?
I'm very well, alhamdulillah. Jazakumullah for asking. So we are just going to go through these words, okay? And we are going to make sure that we pronounce the hamza, not the waw, okay? So if we start with tawud and tasmiyah, and then we'll quickly go through these words.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Jazakumullah, beautiful. Okay, so here again, we have a hamza sitting on a waw. So how will we pronounce this letter? Ooh, excellent, very good. Ooh, because the hamza sound is the same, remember, as an alif sound, it's an ooh sound, okay? Ooh, because of the dhamma. Well done. So if we're putting the whole word together, it's nasha'u.
Nasha'u.
Ooh, well done, excellent, very nice. Next one here, again, how will we pronounce this?
Ooh.
Ooh, excellent, well done, very good. Jaza'uhu.
Jaza'uhu.
Very nice, excellent, well done. Again, that was 2 seconds because of the inverted dhamma there. Well done. And this one here, how's it going to pronounce this?
Ooh.
Very good. Tafta'u.
Tafta'u.
Very nice, well done. And the last one here?
Ooh.
Very good. Naba'u.
Naba'u.
Very good, excellent. So now you all know that when you see a hamza sitting on a waw, you ignore the waw and you only pronounce the hamza. Well done. Jazakumullah, thank you so much, G2112, for your help. Allah Hafiz. Okay, so hamza on waw. Okay, you've done that. You know that, inshallah, all of you. We're now going to go on to hamza on ya. Now, a hamza sometimes appears on a ya with a stroke in the same way we just spoke about the waw. It also sometimes appears on a ya with a stroke. Okay, so it may look like this. This is a sukoon, but it's a hamza on a ya. Or it may look like this. Again, hamza, there is a ya and there is a kasra underneath. Okay? How will we read this? Again, think of a person sitting on a chair. What will speak? The person or the chair? We know it is the person, right? Think of a hamza as sitting on the chair of ya. The ya in this case is the chair. What will speak? The hamza or the ya. In this case, the hamza. Okay? So, if you see a hamza sitting on the chair of ya, like this, or like this, okay, you still have a stroke underneath the ya, but the stroke is linking to the hamza, not to the ya. So you have to be very, very careful that you see a hamza on top of a ya, and even if the stroke is underneath the ya, it's the kasra underneath the ya, you will still only pronounce the hamza. You will ignore the ya. Ignore the ya. Okay, so if I can have another student, please.
Yes, our next student is G2214.
G2214. Assalamu alaikum. G2214. Assalamu alaikum. Can you hear me?
No. Should we try another one?
Yes, please.
G2172.
G2172. Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam.
How are you today?
Good. How are you?
Alhamdulillah, I'm very well. Jazakumullah for asking. So if we start with Dawood and Tasmiyah, and then we'll just go through these examples quickly.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Beautiful. Well done. Jazakumullah. Okay, so here we are now looking at a hamza on a ya. So in this first example here, can you tell me how we pronounce this letter?
Ja, ju.
Okay, so what we need to do is we need to ignore the ya completely and focus just on the hamza. The hamza has a dhamma, so we'll pronounce this u.
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 So you have to imagine that this ya is like a chair. The person sitting on the chair is the hamza. So it's the hamza that will make a sound, not the ya. You have to ignore the ya completely. Okay, the ya will make no sound at all. So in this case, it is u. U. Okay, let's read the word. Al-bari'u.
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 Very good, well done. Now, next one here. Can you see this hamza here?
Yes.
Yeah. And can you see the stroke here?
Yes.
Okay, so what sound will this make? What letter will this make?
Ja, A.
Ah, well done, excellent. Ah, ah. Okay, so we'll say the whole word. Quri'a.
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 Very good, excellent. Next one. Again, we have a hamza, we have a ya, we have a kasra underneath. We are ignoring the ya. So what sound are we going to make here?
E.
E, brilliant, well done, excellent. Tilqa'i.
Tilqa'i.
Very good. Tilqa'i.
Tilqa'i.
Very nice, excellent. Now, this is a hamza with a sukoon. Okay, again, we're ignoring the ya. We're ignoring the ya, but just follow me as I pronounce this. Nabbi.
Nabbi.
Good, well done. Nabbi.
Nabbi.
Good, well done. We're going to go over this rule tomorrow, but all I'm trying to make everybody understand in today's class is it is the hamza which is important. The hamza is the letter sitting on top of the ya. It is the hamza that we will pronounce. Okay? Jazakumullah, thank you so much for your help and participation. Allah Hafiz. Okay, well done, good. So let me go back to our lesson of the day. Okay, so we said Hamza on Ya or a Hamza on Waw. We only pronounce the Hamza, we ignore the Waw or the Ya. Okay, now in last week's lesson, last week we looked at Surah Al-Bayyinah and we had an example of this here. Okay, and we just read this example in the practice as well. Okay, Jaza'uhum. Jaza'uhum. Okay, you can see I'm not pronouncing the waw at all. I'm only pronouncing the hamza with the stroke, the mutaharik hamza, the hamza with the stroke. Okay, right, good. So that's something just for you all to keep in mind, and we will be going over that again, and it will come up regularly in the Holy Quran, so you do need to remember this rule. Okay, so we're going to start now with our recitation. If I can just, we ended here yesterday at this letter here. So we're going to begin here. So I'm just going to talk you through this first verse before we carry on. I've already said we do need to be mindful. You need to be careful of all the previous rules learned, right? We've learned a lot of rules now. We've looked at a lot of letters in detail. You need to think about where the sound comes from that you're making. Okay, you need to think about, am I doing a long stroke or a short stroke? Do I need to elongate and stretch my letter out? Okay. Is it a throat letter? Do I need to be careful of that? Do I need to be careful of gunna? Do I need to hold on a letter? These are lots and lots of rules that we're learning. And as we go on, there's going to be more rules. So you really, really do need to practice each rule that we've learned. Okay, so for example, in this first verse here, I'm going to recite it to you and I'm just going to show you the different rules which you've already learnt, which you will need to be careful of when reciting. Okay, so A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Falaqtahamal aqaba. فَلَقْتَحَمَ الْعَقَبَةَ. Lots of rules here we've already covered, right? One we covered last week. These blank letters we are not going to pronounce because there is a sukoon on top of the qaf, right? So we're going to ignore these letters. We are going to join the lam directly to the qaf. The rule you covered yesterday, qalqala. The qaf with a sukoon is one of our qalqala letters. We have 5. We have to make a slight jerking sound here. Laq, laq. Okay. فَلَقْتَحَمَ الْعَقَبَةَ. Right? Again, we have a blank letter here. We are not going to pronounce it. We're going to join the memes directly to the lam. Okay. Second verse. Let's just go through that as well, because this is quite a short one. Again, we have some simple letters, but we also have here a dal with a sukoon, right? Again, one of our qalqala letters that we learnt yesterday. So how will we pronounce this? Wama adraka. Slight jerk here. Dal with a sukoon. One of our qalqala letters, we have to make a slight jerk here. Wama adraka. Why did I elongate? Because we have ishbaiya. We have a vertical fatha here. Vertical fatha, elongate, 2 seconds. Okay. Mal aqaba. Again, blank letters. We are not going to pronounce them. We're going to join the meme directly to the lam. Aqaba. Why am I not pronouncing this? Ta marbuta. When you do a waqf, when we stop on ta marbuta, we do not pronounce the ta marbuta. We put sukoon on. Aha. Ba. Aqaba. Okay, so there are lots and lots of rules which we have covered, but you really do need to be careful when reciting. Okay, so if we can have our first student, please, for recitation.
Yes. Our next student is G2105.
G2105. Assalamu alaikum.
Ji, assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. How are you today?
I'm fine, thank you.
Good, alhamdulillah. Good to hear. Understanding everything okay?
Yes, I am, thank you.
Brilliant, well done. Okay, so if you start with tawud and tasmiyah, I will recite and then I want you to recite after me, okay?
Where should I start?
Okay, we're going to start from here, verse 11, where it says verse 11,
Okay.
the 12th verse.
Okay.
Okay, so where it says fa here. So, a'udhu billah.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم
فَلَقْتَحَمَ الْعَقَبَةَ.
فلقتحم العقبة
Very nice. فَلَقْتَحَمَ الْعَقَبَةَ.
فلقتحم العقبة.
Very good, very nice, well done. And you were saying a nice thick sound for your qaf there, so very good, well done. وَمَا أَدْرَاكَ مَا الْعَقَبَةُ.
وما أدراك ما العقبة.
Very good, once more. وَمَا أَدْرَاكَ مَا الْعَقَبَةُ.
Okay. وما أدراك ما العقبة.
Very good, well done. You did say ba there, didn't you?
Yes.
Yes, good, well done, excellent. Right, next one. فَكُّ رَقَبَةٍ.
فك رقبة.
فَكُّ رَقَبَةٍ.
فك رقبة.
Very good, well done. Oh, right, here again. Be careful with this. Okay, this is one of our qalqala letters. Okay, so we have to make a jerking sound here. Okay, I'm just going to talk you through this. Jerking sound here. We have elongation here, and then we have a meme with tanveen here, right? Now, this letter here, fa, is this a letter of the throat or not?
No, I don't think so.
No, very good, well done. So when we say this meme, we will make a nasal sound here. Okay, we'll make a nasal sound here, and we will hold on that before we say a fa. Okay, mun. Okay, well done, excellent. Yao, and again here we've got another tanveen. Okay, is this dhal? Is this a letter of throat?
No.
Excellent. Again, we make a nasal sound here. Well done, very good. Now, how long will we say this for?
2 seconds.
Very good. We've got a mud letter here. We will say that for 2 seconds. Okay, good. Well done. So we're going to go through this verse. Okay. أو إطعام في يوم ذي مسغبة.
أو إطعام في يوم ذي مسغبة.
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 Very good. Now, remember, how do we pronounce this letter here?
You put the tongue on the top of your teeth.
And what sound do you make?
Z.
The. There shouldn't be a buzzing sound. Dhal. Dhal. Say it.
Zal.
Okay. So where you're saying a z sound, I want you to get rid of that z sound. It should be dhal.
Okay.
Dhal. Say it once more.
Zal.
Very good. Excellent. So this sound would be the.
The.
Very good. Excellent. So we're going to do that verse once more. أو إطعام في يوم ذي مسغبة.
أو إطعام في يوم ذي مسغبة.
Very good. Excellent. Really, really lovely sound there when you said the second time. Just remember this ghain is also a thick sound. So when you're saying gha, you have to make a round mouth, okay, not a smiley mouth to say that letter. But really good recitation. Well done. Jazakumullah G2105. Well done. Thank you for your help.
Thank you.
Hafiz. Okay. If we could have our next student, please.
Yes, our next student is G2117.
G2117.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. How are you today?
I'm good, alhamdulillah. How are you?
I'm very well, alhamdulillah. Jazakumullah for asking. Are you understanding everything okay?
Yes.
Excellent, good. So we're going to go through the next verse. Okay, I'll recite it to you and then you recite it back. If you start with Dawood and Tasmiyah, please.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Very nice, beautiful. Okay, so we're going to just talk through this. How long are we going to say this for?
2 seconds.
Excellent, good. We've got a ya mad with the kasra coming before, so that's 2 seconds. Now, here we have a tanween. The next letter, dhal. Is this a letter of the throat?
No.
No. So how will we pronounce this then?
Man.
Very nice. Man. Good. Well done. Brilliant. Here, this is one of our new letters or rules that we learnt. What is the rule? Can you remember the name? Qaf with a sukoon on top.
I forgot.
You've forgotten. Okay, this is our qalqala rule. Qalqala. 5 letters. When there is a sukoon on top of them, we have to pronounce them with a slight jerking sound. So, maq. Maq.
Mak.
Well done. Maq.
Mak.
Good. Well done. Excellent. So there's a few rules here which you need to think about when we're doing this. Okay. How are we going to stop here? How are we going to stop here?
By making the ta into a ha.
Beautiful. Well done. And adding a sukoon on top. Well done. Excellent. Very nice. So I'm going to recite and then you will recite after me. Okay. So, Yatiman za maqraba.
Yatiman the makaraba.
Well,
Makaraba.
very good. Well done. You thought about it and you corrected it yourself. So that's really, really good. And that's what we want you to do. Think and correct it yourself. Very nice. Well done. Again, this was an alif mad. So we elongated that for 2 seconds as well, which you did beautifully as well. We're going to do it once more. Yatiman za maqraba. G2117, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, okay. Sorry, your voice, your sound went completely there. Just once more after me. Yatiman za maqraba.
Yatiman the makaraba.
Good. Man za.
Man the.
Good. So you hold on that for 2 seconds. Yatiman za maqraba.
Yatiman the makaraba.
Very good. Well done. Now we're going to go through the next one. Okay. Now, again, let's see here. How long will we pronounce this for?
2 seconds.
Very good. We've already had dhal before, so you know that dhal is not a letter of the throat. So how will we pronounce this letter?
Man.
Nun.
Nun.
Very good. Nun.
Nun.
Very nice. Well done. And we don't have any qalqala letters here. So when we have to be careful with this ta, that we don't jerk on that. So it's matraba.
Matraba.
Very good. Matraba. Okay. So we're going to recite this verse now. Aw miskinan dha matraba.
Oh, miskinan the matraba.
Very good. Once more. Aw miskinan dha matraba.
Oh, miskinan the matraba.
Very good. Really nice waqf at the end there as well. Well done. Jazakumullah. Thank you so much, G2117, for your participation and your help today. Allah Hafiz. Okay, if we could have our next student, please.
Yes, our next student is G2179.
G2179. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamualaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam, G2179. How are you today?
I'm fine. How are you?
Alhamdulillah, I'm very well. Jazakumullah for asking. Are you understanding everything okay?
Yes.
Excellent. Good. Well done. So we're going to go through. This is a slightly longer verse, but we'll break it down. We'll do a little bit by a time. Just tell me, how will we say this first letter here?
With your tongue, you say su.
Thu. Beautiful. Very nice. Thu. Okay. Now we have here a meme with a shadda on top. That means we have a meme gunna. Can you pronounce this whole word for me here?
Thumma.
Good. You need to hold on the meme for 2 seconds. Thumma.
Thumma.
Beautiful. Very nice. Well done. This one. How are we going to pronounce that? How many seconds are we going to pronounce that for?
We're going to pronounce it 2 seconds.
Beautiful. Well done. So could you do that for me? Just pronounce that for 2 seconds.
Ga.
Very nice. Well done. Excellent. Now let's see. What about this one? How long are we going to say this one for?
2 seconds.
Good, because we have a ya mud here. So just pronounce that for me.
Z.
Very nice. And this one?
Nu.
How long are we going to pronounce that for?
2 seconds.
2 seconds. This is a waw mud because the letter before has a dhamma on top. So that will be nu, 2 seconds. Okay, good. So there's quite a few elongations here. Again, how long is that?
2 seconds.
2 seconds. Can you pronounce that for me?
Wa.
Wa, 2 seconds. Wa.
Wa.
Beautiful. Well done. What you need to be careful of, and this is for all students, not just yourself, when you have your elongated letters, if you're pronouncing them for 2 seconds, and that goes for our vertical strokes as well, they all need to be the same length of 2 seconds because we count 2 at different speeds, all of us. So if I'm saying ka and I'm holding it for 2 beats, this needs to be the same length. The, a, nu, wa. Okay, they all need to be the same length, so we have consistency. Okay, now here we have another qalqala letter. Okay, a ba with a sukoon. Right, so when we join these 2 letters, we will have to say sab with a slight jerk. Can you do that for me?
Sab.
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 Very good. Well done. Excellent. Let's see again. How long will this be for?
2 seconds.
Beautiful. And I think the rest of the rules, inshallah, we will be able to manage. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to recite the verse and then you have a go. If you want me to break it down a little bit, I can break it down for you. Okay. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ثم كان من الذين آمنوا وتواصوا بالصبر وتواصوا بالمرحمة. Okay, would you like to have a go? Shall I break it down?
I would like you to break it down.
Okay, so let's go from here. ثم كان
ثم كان
ثم كان
ثم كان
من الذين
من الذين
ثم كان من الذين
ثم كان من الذين
Beautiful, well done. آمنوا
آمنوا
ثم كان من الذين آمنوا
ثم كان من الذين آمنوا.
Beautiful, really nice. وتواصوا بالصبر
وتواصوا بالصبر
وتواصوا بالصبر
وتواصوا بالصبر
Very nice. وتواصوا بالمرحمة.
وتواصوا بالمرحمة.
Very nice. Marhama. Remember, this ha comes from the middle of our throat, but this ha is softer. It comes from the bottom of our throat. Okay? Marhama.
مرحمة.
Beautiful. Well done. Let's have a go. Have a go. Let's try it from the beginning. Okay? Off you go.
ثم كان من الذين آمنوا وتواصوا بالصبر وتواصوا بالمرحمة.
Beautiful. Really, really, really good. Excellent recitation. Really nice. See, when you broke it down, you were able to do the whole verse in one go. So that was really good. Jazakumullah G2 179. Keep working on that. Keep practicing. The more you practice, you'll be able to do it all in one breath, inshallah. Okay? Jazakumullah. Thank you so much for your help and participation. Allah Hafiz. Okay, excellent. Right, really nice recitation from everybody, mashallah. Everybody's been reciting really well. Before we continue, I just quickly want to go over our letters of the day, which just happen to be our qalqala letters, which we've already gone over a couple of times. I want you, please, all of you need to learn these letters. You need to know how to make the sounds and pronounce them all properly, okay? We have thick letters here, so Qaf, thick, round mouth. Okay, you need to learn it. You need to be able to say it properly. Okay, again, another thick letter. Ta. Okay, ba is a thin letter. Ba, you make a smiley face. You say ba. Smiley face, soft. Right. Now, Jim, again, smiley face, soft letter. Jim. And dal, dal. Okay, dal is again a soft letter, so you make a smiley face to say it. Dal. Okay. Qaf. Ta. Ba. Jim. Dal. Remember, please memorize these letters. It's really important because these are your qalqala letters. You need to know how to say all of them in order for you to be able to recite them properly during the text of the Quran. Okay, so please memorize these letters. Right. Okay, we're going to continue with our recitation now, please. So if we could have our next student.
Yes, G249, G2149.
49, G2149. Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum, G2149.
Okay. G2, yeah, G2142.
G2142. Please make sure everybody that we have...
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. How are you?
Alhamdulillah, I'm fine. How are you?
I'm very well, alhamdulillah. Jazakumullah for asking. Sorry, I was just saying if everybody can please make sure that they have the correct IDs written in, because otherwise you cannot be called to the mic, I'm afraid. Okay, we need to have your correct IDs in order for you to be in the classroom. So can you just repeat your ID for me?
G2142.
142, brilliant. Jazakumullah. Okay, excellent. Are you understanding everything in the lesson okay today?
Alhamdulillah, yes.
Excellent, good. That's what I like to hear, alhamdulillah. So if we start with Dawood and Tasmiyah, then we'll talk through the verse and then I'll recite and you can recite after me. Off you go.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Very nice. Okay, so we're going to talk through this a little bit, okay? So we have here, let's see, what do we have here? Right. How long will we say this letter for?
2 seconds.
2 seconds. Could you do that for me?
Ha.
Okay. This is although it's a letter, is it a letter of the throat or is it not a letter of the throat?
Not a letter of the throat.
This is a letter of the throat. It comes from the middle of your throat, okay? But it's also a
Okay.
soft letter. You make a smiley face and it comes from the middle. You can put your fingers in the middle of your throat if you need to. Ha. 2 seconds. Ha. Good. Excellent. Very good. So let's see. I think everything else is quite straightforward here. What will we join? We have a ba with a sukoon here. Okay. What do we join to this? Sorry, a ba with a dhamma and a lam with a sukoon. What will we do with this alif? Will we pronounce it or will we ignore it?
We will ignore it.
Excellent. Good. We will ignore it. So this will go straight from the ba to the lam. Bull. Bull. Okay. So let's start with this verse. أولئك أصحاب الميمنة.
أولئك أصحاب الميمنة.
Very good effort. Very good effort. What letter is this? Do you remember?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this would be pronounced may.
May.
Maymana.
ميمنة.
Beautiful. Well done. Once more. أولئك أصحاب الميمنة.
أولئك أصحاب الميمنة.
Very good. Maymana.
ميمنة.
Very nice. Well done. And you did your sukoon here on the making this into a ha. So that was really good waqf there as well. Excellent. Let's go on to the next verse. How long are we going to pronounce this for?
2 seconds.
2 seconds. Could you do that for me?
Z.
The.
Z.
Okay. Remember, no buzzing sound, no z sound. Okay. The.
Z.
Very nice. Well done. Excellent. Next, let's see. How long are we going to pronounce this for?
2 seconds.
Okay. Can you do that for me?
Ra. Row.
Okay, so it's a ra with a dhamma, and then there's a waw with a sukoon, which makes it a waw mud. 2 seconds. Ru. 2 seconds.
Ru.
Very good. Excellent. Now we have vertical strokes here. One here, and one here. How long do we pronounce the vertical strokes for?
2 seconds.
Very good. So this would be yeah, yeah,
Ya.
ha.
Ha.
Very good. I could hear you were trying to do that from your throat. So very good. Well done. Okay, so those are some of the things you need to be careful of, okay, when you're doing this. Again, we have an alif mother here. So how long will this be pronounced for?
2 seconds.
Very good. 2 seconds. Na.
Na.
Now, one of the reasons we go through this beforehand is when we know that we have to do so many elongations, it means we need to take a really deep breath before we start our verse so that we can try and make our whole verse come in one breath. Okay, so let me recite it to you first and then you can have a go afterwards. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والذين كفروا بآياتنا هم أصحاب المشأمة. Would you like to have a go by yourself or would you like to follow me?
Can I have it with you?
Yes. Okay, let's break it down. والذين كفروا.
والذين كفروا.
Okay, remember the. Say the word the.
The.
Like you say the cat. Yeah? So the sound. There shouldn't be a buzzing sound there. Okay? والذين كفروا.
والذين كفروا.
Very good. Kafaru.
Kafaru.
Good. Make sure you smile when you say these letters. Ka-fa. Kafaru.
Kafaru.
Much better. Excellent. Bi-ayatina.
بآياتنا.
Good. We're going to go from the beginning. وَالَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا بِآيَاتِنَا.
والذين كفروا بآياتنا.
Make sure that you look at the strokes really carefully. B.
Oh, B. Sorry.
That's okay. That's okay. Just that's why we go over it. We keep going over and we keep practicing. Good. Okay, let's carry on. بِآيَاتِنَا هُمْ.
بآياتنا هم.
Okay, remember 2 seconds.
هم.
Good. بِآيَاتِنَا هُمْ.
بآياتنا هم.
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 Good. Make sure you do that 2 seconds there, okay? أصحاب المشأمة.
أصحاب المشأمة.
Very good, very good. Once more. أصحاب المشأمة.
أصحاب. Where are we? Oh, there.
From here.
أصحاب المشأمة.
Very nice. Excellent. Now we're going to read it once from the beginning, okay? So I'm going to read it through and then you have a go, all right?
Okay.
وَالَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا بِآيَاتِنَا هُمْ أَصْحَابُ الْمَشْأَمَةِ.
والذين كفروا بآياتنا هم أصحاب المشأمة.
Very good effort. Excellent. Really, really good. Well done. You went from doing little bit by doing the whole verse together. Couple of things you just need to be careful of. This is mash because this is this is a fatha, mash, and you don't want to elongate here. Walladhina. Okay, this is
والذين.
beautiful. Well done. So keep practicing. Really, really good effort. Well done. Excellent. Jazakumullah. Thank you so much for your help and
Jazakumullah.
participation. Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz.
Okay, if we could have our next student, please.
Yes, our next student is G2 191.
G2 191. Assalamu alaikum, G2 191.
Walaikum assalam.
How are you today?
Good, how are you?
Alhamdulillah, I'm very well. Jazakumullah for asking. You understanding everything okay?
Yes.
Excellent, good. So we're going to start from here. Okay, if you start with Tawuz and Tasmiyah, and then we'll just talk through this verse quickly.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Okay, so we're going to just go through here. Let's see. How long are we going to say this for?
2 seconds.
Excellent. Can you do that for me?
Na.
Beautiful. Well done. Now here we have a meme with a shadda on top. Okay. And we have a ra with a tanveen. So how are we going to say this one here?
Rumu.
Good. Well done. But what do we need to do with the on the meme? We need to hold it for how many seconds?
2 seconds.
Good, because it's a meme gunna. So it'll be rum.
Rum.
Good. 2 seconds. Rum.
Rum.
Well done. Excellent. Now, next letter. We can see a hamza sitting on a waw. Okay. There's a sukoon on top. But which letter are we going to pronounce? The waw or the hamza?
Hamza.
Excellent. Good. With the sukoon. Okay. So we're going to go over how we pronounce hamza with sukoon in more detail tomorrow. But let me just tell you for now. We say it with a slight jerk. It's rum.
Rum.
Good. Rum.
Rum.
Well done. Excellent. And how will we do our waqf here?
Dat.
Okay, so it's a ta marbuta. Remember when we do a waqf and there's a ta marbuta, the ta turns into a ha with a sukoon. So it would be sadah. Sadah. Good. So we won't pronounce the ta here at all. Okay, so let's recite from here. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم عليهم نار مؤصدة
عليهم نار مؤصدة.
Good, well done. عليهم نار مؤصدة
عليهم نار مؤصدة.
Very good, well done. Okay, let's go back up to the beginning. Let's start from here. Okay, I'm going to recite, then you recite after me. فلقتحم العقبة
فلكتهم العقبة.
Good effort, well done. Aqaba, remember this is a ta marbuta, which means when you're doing a waqf on it, you ignore the ta dots and it becomes a ha with a sukoon. Okay, here you elongate it slightly. This is just the 1 second, okay, from your throat, right? فلقتحم العقبة
فلكتهم العقبة.
Okay. تحمل.
تحمل.
Good. تحمل عقبة.
تحمل عقبة.
Very good. فلقتحم العقبة.
فلكتهم العقبة.
Much better. Excellent. Really, really good. Well done. So you really need to make sure that wherever you see, this comes up a lot in this surah, wherever you see this ta marbuta, and it's coming and you're going to make a stop there, you're going to pause there, okay, that has to change into a ha with a sukoon on top. So you do not pronounce the ta there. It will always be pronounced as ha if you are making a stop. So for example, this would be ba. Okay. Again, ba. Yes, again, ba. Okay, so you need to just be mindful of that as well. Okay, and make sure your single stroke letters stay as single stroke letters. You don't elongate them unnecessarily. Okay, Jazakumullah, thank you so much for your help.
Can my sister have a turn?
Is she in the class?
Yes.
Is she registered?
Yes.
Yes. A discipline in charge, is that okay?
I think she already had a turn this week.
What is her number?
G2188.
Is it G2188?
Yes.
Okay, I think if she's already had a turn, we won't be able to give her a turn today, but inshallah she'll have another turn soon.
Okay.
Jazakumullah, thank you so much. Okay, so, right, we've been over this these few verses today from Surah Al-Balad, and we've looked very, very carefully at how we need to elongate letters, how we need to pronounce our qalqala letters. Okay, this is something that you covered yesterday. Okay, we had another one over here, right? Our qalqala letters. You've practiced your letters for today, and we've also looked very carefully at what we do if we have a waw with a hamza on top. A hamza sitting on top of a waw, and also if a hamza is sitting on top of a ya. Okay, that we only pronounce the hamza, we don't pronounce the ya or the waw. Right? So for today, your homework is to please practice Surah Al-Balad, the verses which we covered today, okay, which was 12 to 21, not 13. Look out for a hamza on waw or hamza on ya, and do not confuse this with a waw mad or a ya mad. Okay, so you need to be very, very careful that when you're looking through and you see a hamza or on a waw or on a ya, that you recognize that it's the hamza that's going to be pronounced, okay, not the waw or the ya. Okay, I want you to practice all the rules that we've covered so far. We went through lots of rules in a lot of detail today during the class. So be really, really careful. Think about your letters of throat. Think about your qalqala letters, right? Remember the qalqala letters, please. It's really important. You can use the qataba jad to help you to remember which letters they are. Qaf, ta, ba, Jim, Dal. So please do remember those letters because it's really important you know them as you move on. Okay, your letters of throat, very important. You need to remember those as well. Okay, so Jazakumullah to everybody today for your participation. If we could have a student on the mic, please, for our closing dua.
Yes, G2207.
Assalamu alaikum, G2207. G2207, are you there? Okay.
G2236.
G2236.
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam. Is that G2236?
Yes.
Excellent, good. Okay, if you follow me in the dua, please. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
اللهم ارحمني بالقرآن العظيم.
اللهم ارحمني بالقرآن العظيم.
Beautiful. And the translation?
Oh Allah, have mercy on me through the Quran the Great.
Jazakumullah. Thank you so much to everybody for attending, and inshallah we will see you all tomorrow. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.